MMA Boxing Talk here, coming at you with another video. I just want to put out a video talking about article I read on MMA Junkie. It was about Daniel Cormier and a recent interview he had. Basically, he put out a few statements. For one, with the injury he suffered, he's not obviously 100%. And he said in the article, basically, if he's not 100%, he needs to be 100% if he wants to have a chance to beat Jon Jones. Not in those exact words, but against Jon Jones, he needs to be 100%. And you know what? It's the absolute truth. Now, if Daniel Cormier, say, was fighting Rashad Evans or Glover Teixeira or someone like that, then maybe Cormier, maybe he would have went through with the fight. But obviously, his injuries are, substantial enough that he doesn't feel that it's smart to have a fight with Jon Jones. And I don't blame him. If you're going to fight the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, arguably the greatest fighter of all time, I believe he is the greatest fighter of all time, Jon Jones, you got to be 100% or almost 100% to face him. You really should be 100%. So, this injury Cormier has, obviously it's nothing too severe. Because he also said in this article that, waiting for the Madison Square Garden UFC card, which will be in the fall, looking like November. Cormier said, that's too far to wait. It's too long to wait. He's 37 years old. He doesn't want to wait, all the way till the end of the year to fight. And Jon Jones, he's fighting, like in 2 weeks from now. So you never know if Jon Jones can get through that OSP fight without taking any damage. Maybe we'll see a quick turnaround, and we'll see Jon Jones fight Daniel Cormier. Maybe in August. The summertime or August, let's say, because Daniel Cormier, the way it sounds, obviously he's going to be ready well before the fall. He doesn't want to wait till November to fight at Madison Square Garden against Jon Jones. Presumably Jon Jones gets past OSP, which he should. So, we'll see what happens. Now, if Jon Jones, goes all 5 rounds and, takes some damage against OSP, I doubt he'll be ready for a return in, July or August. So then, in that case, Daniel Cormier, would be ready to fight, and he's going to take a fight, unless, the UFC tells him, you're waiting for Jon Jones. But Cormier, like he said, he's 37 years old. He doesn't want to wait around. So if Jon Jones isn't ready to fight before the fall, I could see there's a couple fights that we could see Daniel Cormier in if it's not Jon Jones. Now, obviously, I'd be disappointed. Everyone wants to see Cormier Jon Jones. That's the fight everyone wants to see. But, if it doesn't work out, Daniel Cormier's next fight could possibly be against, it shouldn't be Rumble. Cormier, submitted him in the 3rd round. It wasn't really that close. The Gustafson fight was very close. It was a split decision fight. So, that we could see that fight. We could see Daniel Cormier, getting a rematch with Alexander Gustafson, which wouldn't be the smartest thing because that would probably take a lot out of DC again, and then he just would never be able to fight Jon Jones. I mean, if he took another, because he took a lot of damage in that Gustafson fight. As much as he did deserve to win it, he took a lot of damage. Another one, who knows? He's 37. Another, 5-round war. That might be it for Daniel Cormier, and he might call it quits and be a end of career. Now there was another fight I was thinking of. Not sure offhand. I gotta check here. So like I said, Jon Jones if he can't fight Cormier next, say Cormier is ready for, summertime. Anthony Rumble Johnson, it was a third round submission. Cormier, not really that interesting. The Gustafson fight is interesting. Gustafson needs a full camp, which he'd have, that he'd be perfect for that. I mean, Cormier's still injured. And if not, there's also Ryan Bader. Now, Ryan Bader and Cormier, they got into it at a press conference after DC, I think won the title, or after DC beat Alexander Gustafson. I can't remember which one it was, but Bader and DC got into it, a war of words, and so maybe they'll make that fight. Really after the top four guys, Jones, Cormier, Gustafson, and Rumble Johnson, the next guy, in my opinion, the clear-cut number 5 guy in the division would be Ryan Bader. So, maybe Daniel Cormier would either face Ryan Bader, a solid wrestler. That'd be, probably a pretty good fight. Obviously, Cormier would be the heavy favorite. Or a rematch with Alexander Gustafson. Now, all of this is of course, if, Jones can't face, can't have a quick turnaround after this OSP fight. If that fight goes the distance and Jones takes some damage, he might not be able to have a quick turnaround and fight in July or August. Because that's when I think Cormier wants to fight. Maybe he's just bullshitting. I'm not really sure, but obviously his injury is enough, not to take the Jones fight because Jones is so great. But also he doesn't need surgery or anything that it'll put him out, until next year or something like that. So I'm guessing Cormier is going to be ready by July, August. If Jones can have a quick turnaround, we could see that fight, maybe August. If not, maybe we'll see Daniel Cormier in there with Alexander Gustafson again, which would be another great fight, or Ryan Bader. But I think the UFC, they're going to tell Cormier, you have to wait it out. This is the big money fight. You've beat the top 2 guys in the division, and there's a big drop off after Gustafson and Rumble. You got to wait for Jon Jones, to recover from the OSP fight or what have you. So that's what I think what'll happen. But I'm just putting out a video, a what if, a plan B kind of thing. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Basically, it all really depends on how much damage Jon Jones takes and how quickly he can have a quick turnaround. But anyway, if you liked the video, subscribe. But that's it for this one, MMA Boxing Talk. Peace.